Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about something that I've discussed previously, and I'll link my video on bad coaches, but predatory coaches. It's gotten really much worse the last year. I think with the rise of Instagram and social media getting even more popular, unfortunately people who used to just prey on individuals in their own gym now prey on people online, and it's gotten worse because we're in gym. Most people would expect you to at least show some semblance of knowledge in terms of your training acumen or some sort of certification. Now all you have to do is put up a six-pack shot, and people want to buy training programs from you. I mean, I've seen people who were clients of mine who they didn't coach, but they didn't have programming or nutrition knowledge. But they looked really good, and people would say, "Oh, do you do coaching? Do you do coaching?" It's like, why would you want that? Like, what makes you think that somebody knows what? It's like some people are genetically gifted. Would you hire somebody who's 7 foot to teach you how to be 7 foot? So, you know, and the other thing is too, I always look at it like, I don't want Tiger Woods to coach me. I want Tiger Woods' coach to coach me. I don't want Michael Jordan to coach me. I want Michael Jordan's coach to coach me, right? Most really good coaches are not the elite athletes. And that goes in any sport. Most really good coaches were good, mediocre to good, and they were not genetically gifted, and the reason they got as good as they did was because they really had to figure out every little tweak in order to get the most out of what they had. And that's why they became good coaches. Now they're also good personality managers. But I think really the best example of this popular case of people who found an easy way to make money, it's very attractive. I understand why some people would do it, but you go to Instagram, they do the Devin Physique, this guy, he apparently, again, this is what I've heard, he would Photoshop his pictures, and there's pictures of him that were unadjusted versus adjusted that he posted. Photoshop his pictures, and that helped him get, a bunch of followers because he looked really good, or people thought he looked really good. I think he had like almost 1 million followers or something like that. Well, if you have 1 million followers, if you can just get 0.1% of people to buy something, that's 1,000 people, right? So if 0.1% of people bought, like, say, $300 worth of coaching, 1,000 people, that's $300,000. Boom, right there. Well, he saw this as an easy way to make money and started doing it, but of course, he didn't have actual knowledge and couldn't keep up with the demand because so many people, obviously, I think it was probably more than 0.1%. I was being conservative because apparently he made almost $1 million in a year from coaching. Apparently the gal who was actually writing the programs, he hired a gal to actually write these programs, then didn't want to pay her, was having his mom do it. I mean, just... So these are the type of predatory coaches I'm talking about. The people who, they don't have a passion for it, they don't know what they're doing, they don't want to do it, they're doing it because it's an easy way to make money, because they have a large following. If you have a large following but you can't really sell something, like there's a lot of really hot chicks on Instagram that are like this, right? So you're really hot, but maybe you're not that smart, but you've got a good body. So what do you sell? Well, you can put up ass shots and boob shots, but what are you going to be able to sell to somebody, right? Well, you can sell, hey, look like me, right? Or skinny tees or fit wraps or whatever else garbage they sell. So just be very careful. If somebody doesn't have any kind of credentials whatsoever other than, hey, check me out, I look good, I would be very, very wary. I'd be very wary. And especially if they have 1 million followers or like a really high follower count and they're constantly advertising their coaching, how could they possibly keep up with demand? I only have 155,000 followers on Instagram, and I haven't advertised my coaching hardly at all. I think I might put up a half dozen posts a year about my coaching. In the last year, that's probably about right. Maybe 10, maybe anywhere from, one per month is certainly the max. Anyway, the point being, and I can hardly keep up with demand. And that's being customized, obviously, and actually doing the work. So if they've got 1 million followers or 500,000 followers, whatever it is, and every day or every week they're posting about their coaching spots, there is no way they have that much time to do that. Okay? So, again, use your head. Be smart about this. Do your research on coaches. Talk to people who have used these people before. It's kind of like I'm finding out with website development companies that it's just impossible. It's almost impossible to find somebody good. They're almost all shysters, and so really talking to people who have used them before and getting feedback and find out, like, hey, what was the best thing about working with this person? What was the worst thing about working with this person? So if you can do that, you should be able to at least come up with like a decent opinion. Now, you may run across somebody who was good. Maybe you can run across a good coach who you talk to a person who had a bad experience, and that happens, right? But that's why it's important to get a consensus of data to make your decision. But again, stay away from these Fitspo Instagram celebrities who have tons of followers who are always advertising their coaching. That is a surefire red flag right there. And also, like, if you email them and it takes them a long time to get back to you, or they don't address your points, they just talk about pricing and how to buy and all this sort of stuff, like, be careful. My suggestion is you pay with a credit card so you can place a chargeback if and when they screw you over. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully it's been helpful. This is something I'm passionate about, and it really bothers me to see people getting taken advantage of. So hopefully you aren't one of those people, and just do your due diligence when you're looking for a coach. Till next time.